What do you mean we're gonna mine space? What do you mean just space? Oh, you know, space. We're going to mine space. So you mean we're gonna mine the space around one planet? One space station? One solar system? No, you heard me right the first time. We're mining space itself. Dang it! They got us blocked in. We're gonna have to separate the sphere. Oh no, I just remembered. The sphere doesn't have warp drive on its own. Hello? This is 300th night, or 9th episode of Starfleet Academy. Star Trek, that is. We're nearing completion, and this is the penultimate episode. A cliffhanger. You knew it was coming. We can't just do a one and done for the last episode. In 300th night, we're celebrating the end of the year. We're going into what I assume is our summer break for our children on the Academy, that being the U.S.S. Athena. Lots to celebrate, lots to be happy over. Tarima and Caleb share a turbolift ride. It's awkward, and no, I still don't know what's going on between these two characters. I don't know if they're going to be in love again, or in hate again, or even what is the problem. I'm not even sure what the problem is. It seems like a win-win to me whenever they get together, but that's just me talking, and I really don't know what I'm talking about. This is a product that is not made for me. It's not created with me in mind. Case in point, like the episode Come Let's Away and this episode, the closer it veers into generic space adventure show, the more I think it's okay. Which is kind of pathetic, because it means it's not operating as the product it's designed to be operating as. Starfleet Academy, high school show, essentially. I don't even understand those shows now, before, or probably ever, but when it veers back in towards behaving like Weird Discovery, at least I can kind of watch it. I did enjoy this episode a little bit, because it actually just offered up a plot that can go from A to B to C convincingly, with characters having a little arc, something happening. We're not just kind of, talking to each other about how we feel. We're not navel gazing. We're not looking at our shoes. We're not kicking rocks and sighing. We're actually going somewhere. We're doing some sci-fi stuff. Very odd. Your sci-fi show, when it behaves like a sci-fi show, feels less like the show it was designed to be. High school. Anyway, the main crux of this episode is that we're making a Caleb Meir episode. You've seen a Sam episode. You've seen a Jaden Kraag episode. You've seen a Darem Reymi episode. This one's Caleb Meir, which means it probably locks in with the overarching plot of the season, that being with Caleb finding his mother and our villain, Nusbraka. I do kind of enjoy Nusbraka's presence, although he is not in this. When he's around, like in the first episode and Come Let's Away, I do kind of enjoy it a little bit more. It is crazy. His speech is odd. He's flamboyant, cavalier, and strange in a way that's even odd for Star Trek, but at least something's happening. The same can be said for this whole episode. The small things, the beat-by-beat plot elements here are working. I'll spoil my review here a little bit. The larger, broad scheme of things, case in point, how it ends and how it begins, and big being the operative word if you've already seen this. In that sense, it's not really working, because it challenges your ability to believe it, much like when any sci-fi thing begins to fail. It's because it's challenging your ability to believe it and breaking the tension. And you're saying, can this really happen? You see, a Caleb Meir figures out that he just has to use the word Ishani on his pad, a 6-letter word, I-S-H-A-A-N-I, or something like that. And is that 6 or 7 or 5? I-S-H-A-A-N-I. But his mom's name is Anisha. A-N-I-S-H-A. I-S-H-A-N-I. Huh. Maybe there's only one A. No, there's 2 A's, not 3. What am I thinking? Is there another planet with 2 A's together like that? Oh well. Forgive me on my sidetracking adventure. Apparently Federation computers writ large could not brute force a 5-letter word, a 6-letter word. Apparently the Federation computers writ large could not brute force a 6-letter English like alphabetical word. We have a flashback to the beginning where he learns, oh, Ishani, that's our moon. It's your name scrambled up, Anisha, Ishani, remember? Whoa, it was simple all along. Thanks Sam, who was basically an entirely different character this time. Very curious to see a character actually become a different person. Like this is a Trill or something. Sam has come back from her stay at the Maker's World cask, and now she is completely reprogrammed, and she's like, she has a past now with the Doctor, who I believe she refers to as her dad. She's a different character. She's easier to take. She's not as much being a lot. They said I was a lot. Now she's a little. That's the new Sam. Caleb would not engage in Jade and Kraag's Klingon family bonding ritual. You see, he has his own family. This episode is about family. That's what makes it so special. Who is Caleb Mears' family? Is it Starfleet? It's certainly not Jade and Kraag, because he refused that stupid Klingon ritual. I shouldn't call it stupid. Maybe it's cool. I don't know. I'm not a Klingon. I don't understand. Or is his family indeed Anisha Mir all along? What do you want, your old family or your new family? The family you were born with or the family you adopted? The choice is yours, my friends, and the choice is Caleb Mears in this episode. He fails to bring this up with Ake and Calrek because they're discussing a much more important issue at hand, because they've discovered what Nusbraka has stolen from that space station from the episode Come Let's Away. He has stolen an artificial variant of the Omega particle. Remember that from Voyager? A molecule so deadly that we can even betray the Prime Directive to destroy it, because it is so volatile that when it goes off, like a nuclear bomb of insane proportions, it destroys the fabric of space. Right? It destroys everything entirely, in matter-wise, but it also renders space unexplorable to warp travel. Uh-oh. So if this was ever synthesized at scale, it would basically be the end of the universe. So Starfleet at that time was engaging in controlled destruction, I believe, of the Omega particle. But not so. We're far in the future now, and Starfleet itself is synthesizing their own variants of Omega particles. The simple word to decode the messages from Caleb Mears' mother, and Starfleet just had Omega particle sitting around. 2 strikes. Are you getting another strike later? We'll see. Maybe the last strike is related to the second strike. Who knows? But you know if you've seen it. Now they're on the way to Beta Z to set up the seat of their new government. And no, we're not going to cancel that or delay that, because we're not abandoning Beta Z again. Possibly falling directly into Nusbraka's trap again. Do you think Nusbraka knows that they were not going to be willing to abandon Beta Z? Do you think he knows? He figured out how to get the ship away from that space station to steal the Omega particle. Maybe now, think like Nusbraka, maybe now he's getting us all to go to Beta Z because he knew we weren't going to give up on Beta Z for no reason, so he could do something else. I don't know. It remains to be seen. This is a 2-parter after all, it would seem. You see, Caleb now has to steal a shuttle. Caleb has his priorities straight. He probably knows that the Omega particle is more important than finding his mother. So he rigs up because he is Caleb Meir and Sam is Sam. They work together. They can do anything they need to do. No matter how advanced the security of the U.S.S. Athena is, they escape on a shuttle and accidentally kidnap 2 people. That being Darem and Genesis. They don't seem like they want to go, but whoa, it's too late. The automatic systems are taking control. I can't let you off now. Oops. We're abducted now, and we're now on an adventure we don't want to be on. While the Athena goes to Beta Z to drop off its cadets, our characters in Sam, Caleb, Genesis, and Darem are now through a transwarp conduit of some sort, all the way to a planet called Ukek, which is where the last known location of Caleb Meir's mother was. They go to Ukek, and at least they remember to hide their badge. At least they remember. Way back in Discovery, I don't know if it was the 4th season or the 5th season, they go to some casino world where they don't like Starfleet, and they just wear their uniforms. Do you remember my review for that? I was saying, why are you wearing your uniforms? They don't like Starfleet here. There's going to be a problem. But now they remember. They hide their badge. They don't like Starfleet here on Ukek, and someone else who doesn't like Starfleet is Caleb Meer's mother, who happens to run in to Caleb totally at random. She sticks up Caleb Meer at knife point, only to realize it's her son. Whoa! Our shuttle is damaged. We need help from Caleb Meer and her programmable matter and some type of other part to fix our shuttle. And she is sussing out that these people, Caleb's new friends, are Starfleet, and maybe indeed Caleb is Starfleet. Oh no! That sucks. Underpinning the arc with Caleb Meer and his mother in this entire season is that Starfleet was this evil place that his mother was terrified of and could never go to. Which you know, if you're watching the show, is not the truth. So the whole time you're thinking, Caleb, just tell your mom it's not true. It's just a bunch of garbage. They stole me from you because of Nusbraka. And guess what, Mom? It's great. I got to Starfleet. Everything was perfect. Nope. Nope. It works out in this universe that no matter what Starfleet does, they're just evil, I guess. And she does not want to take her friends along. She's leaving on a shuttle before the Venali Rao get here. Nusbraka's crew are now annexing the planet. What luck. What timing. We're about to be destroyed by these people, these pirates, if you will. And Caleb Meer has a seat on her shuttle for one. There's a seat for me and you. What's better, Caleb? Going with Mom, where you're probably going to die, or staying with Starfleet? We're biased in this. We're biased. We're watching this review. We're biased. But, you know, Caleb is Caleb. So, Caleb is seriously considering abandoning his Starfleet family, only to get a very serious chewing out and dressing down by his friends like Genesis and Darem. And it's all very bit disappointing. It's accurate, but it's disappointing. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in you, Caleb. He gets a hug from Sam, which is breaking down his icy exterior. Has it not been broken down already? It just reformed when he met his mother. Old Caleb Meer is going back. Who's going to win, old Caleb or new Caleb? They're getting away, but they kind of discover, the crew on Ukek, the leaders on Ukek, security on Ukek, whoever it is, discover that our characters are from Starfleet. Caleb Meer has a chance to run away or go back and save his friends. He does the right thing to save his friends, and through some trickery, some fighting, and some general know-how of how to contend with ne'er-do-wells, they end up surviving this fight. Meanwhile, the Athena, now that the cadets are gone, it's a free-for-all. We got Reno, we got the Doctor, and we got Ake, basically on the bridge. And they're taking the ship where no one has gone before, and by what I mean by that is outside of Federation borders, because we need to figure out what's going on, get as far away out there as we can, maximize our scanning range, what's going on with Nusbraka, what's going on with Ukek after we discover the secret plot with our characters who left the ship, what's going on with the Omega Particle. It's all very important, but as soon as we go across that border, Admiral Vance is no longer going to be our friend. He's going to be our past friend, our old friend, an old flame from back in the day, because now we are in violation of what Starfleet and the Federation itself wants. How many times have we done this? We're taking the ship where it shouldn't be going. We're shoving that ship where it don't belong. And guess what? There's a problem. 2 students have snuck on board. They didn't leave. They figured out how to alter the pressure of an airlock to make it look like no one was there. It's Tarima and Jaden Kraag, by the way. I'm starting to wonder about the security of the Athena. It seems like all of our kids can just trick all the systems. If they can trick the systems, aliens can destroy it from afar, I am sure. Anyway, they revealed themselves to the bridge crew and basically brig themselves somewhere on the ship. You're a stowaway. You're not supposed to be here. This is dangerous. And no, you didn't just catch us effectively stealing the ship to take it outside of the borders of the Federation. No. No. We're adults and we're right about this. Do as we say, not as we do. Okay, have you heard that before? Meanwhile, we need to capture or save Caleb Meer, his mother, our characters, who now we know because of Tarem and Jaden are on that planet. They're on Ukek. looking for Kayla's mother, and yes, 2 of them have essentially been abducted by Caleb Meir and forced to go on this misadventure. Just like in Picard Season 3, when the Enterprise swoops down to save our characters that are stuck in that giant Borg cube, the Athena itself swoops down on Ukek to beam out Darem, Sam, Caleb's mom, Genesis, and we indeed save ourselves, but we do not save the day. We get Caleb's mother into a med bay. She has a traumatic reaction to seeing Nahla, who she strongly associates, with good reason, with the loss of her son, and it's all very sad. It's all very shocking. It's perhaps disturbing. We do get out of Ukek. We do have our students, our characters, safe on the ship. Lucky us. The characters that are important to us are the characters on the ship. We have Nahla, the Doctor, Reno, and our characters on the ship to save the day. We've gone backwards and set up just an old Star Trek plot here. Like, we're now just down to our characters, and then we don't have a bunch of students running around. Thank you for the automatic flight systems of the Athena, where we don't need a huge crew to run it. Thank you, Doctor. You were holographic. Thank you, Sam. You were holographic. Some of these people aren't even physically there, per se. Now is the time to understand what has gone massively insane with this episode. Yes, it is related to the Omega Particle. It is related to Nosbraka. Nosbraka this whole time has been avoiding the watchful eye of Starfleet in mining space. What do you mean? What do you mean we're going to mine space? What do you mean just space? Oh, space. We're going to mine space. So you mean we're going to mine the space around one planet? One space station? One solar system? No. You heard me right the first time. We're mining space itself. Okay, with what? The Omega Particle. What? What the heck? Nosbraka. My man. You have taken Omega Particle, I guess either stole a lot of it or synthesized a ton of it, without killing yourself, and you've created Omega-powered mines, all the way, from what I understood from the dialogue, all the way across Federation space. You've essentially created a 3D wall around the Federation with mines. Space is big. Did you know that space is big? How can this be? How can he have done this? It really looks like at the end of this episode, the U.S.S. Athena is genuinely blocked outside of the Federation. All of our Federation ships are clustered around Beta Z to protect it from any possible attack by Nosbraka. Meanwhile, the Athena is essentially walled out of the Federation. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of light years. Look at a map. Look at Federation, Romulan Star Empire, Klingon Empire, what have you, these maps. They're all laid out. We understand this already. That is a lot of space. Well done, Nosbraka, although you're stretching my ability to believe it, I will say. Regardless, we ended up with an episode that its plot points followed logically. It was directed well enough. I believe this is directed by Jonathan Frakes, 2 takes Frakes, a working man. He gets the job done. He delivers something that will play on television. That's about it. It is an episode that the action is informed by the plot, and the plot is informed by the action. They follow each other, it's more or less logically. We're not relying on conventions with regards to how you're feeling. Are you crying? Are you bad? Are you sad? Are you mad? We're getting meaningful, overarching plot developments in our very short 10-episode season, which is very necessary if you don't have a lot of episodes. So in that regard, I can't really complain. Visually, we go to Ukek, boring slum planet. We've seen a million of them. At least we saw the U.S.S. Athena flying around. At least we were in that shuttle. At least we were in space. So visually, I can't say it's nothing. Musically, the upbeat music was punchy and in the mix earlier on, and it kind of fell by the wayside as it went on and became boring. Thematically, we're also going to get a winning point here. It's about your family. Caleb Meir rejects the Klingon family, rejects his Starfleet family for his original family, only to get it back at the last minute. Where does your loyalty lie, right? Does it lie with your broken and sad past, or your successful new future? That's up to you. It's also about motherhood. Nahla has been, in no uncertain terms, mothering Caleb. Now his real mother is here. Now they meet each other, and there's like antimatter meeting positive matter in that med bay between I think her name is Anisha Mir and Nahla. So what's about to happen in our final episode? It's about to culminate in our plot with Caleb Mir coming to its conclusion. Maybe his mother dies. Does someone die? We're going to lose another character next episode? Who knows? Hard choices, lots of drama. So we're winning on the plot, generally. Musically, it's okay. Thematically, it's okay. Visually, it's just all right. This is a very, very all right episode. I hesitate to go above what I gave Come Let's Away. And I did watch it a few times. I liked it more at the first watch. I liked it a little bit less as it went on because it became very hard to believe the enemy's strategy here. The enemy is Nosbaraka is either really stupid at the beginning or is an absolute genius and is way smarter than Starfleet and the Federation itself at the end. I don't know which it is. He goes between comical clown character to a very, very serious villain. Maybe that's a good development depending on who you ask. I'm going to have to go ahead and give this episode 300th Night a 6 out of 10. Not bad. For me, it's tied essentially with Come Let's Away. The two episodes I kind of thought were all right with Starfleet Academy Season 1 were the episodes were just kind of space adventure show. I guess I'm just not into the whole Academy thing. I guess I'm just not into going back and re-experiencing high school or something like that. No, this does not feel like university. No, this does not feel like something called Academy. It feels like Starfleet High. Anyway, with that out of the way, I'm Lieutenant Mark, and I'm going to see you when next I see you for the final episode of this season of Starfleet Academy. So long.